timer. If we're all squared away, then
All right, we're recording. It's on the record now, Al.
Okay.
official. It's just plain good. All right, let's get going.
It's the right thing to do.
Coming up on Roundabout, how to deal with people that are following you. We'll show you the absolute worst way to transport a ladder. Plus, our panelists will play another game of a car by any other name. Add it all up, and you simply cannot afford to miss this week's program. Roundabout is sponsored by Advance Auto Parts. Visit our website, roundaboutshow.com, to get up to $30 off your next purchase. And by everyone's favorite online store, Amazon.com.
Here I'm Al Venacor, sitting in seat 1A. I write for the Chicago Sun-Times and MotorwayAmerica.com.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please take your seat.
Quite honestly, I'll write for anybody who will hire me.
And pay for
And
that
pay me,
seat.
yes.
That's right.
I get paid in space.
Globetrotting on behalf of Auto Bytel, I'm Michelle Naranjo, and I know Ben is amazed that I just waited for that whole sound effect.
I'm the virtual driver, Chris Sawyer.
Wrangling these couple of bozos, I'm your host, Craig Cole.
Longing for the days of the great Art Bell, I'm producer Ben Sanders in Farmington Hills, Michigan.
For the love of God, this is Roundabout.
Welcome to Roundabout, episode 119, believe it or not. Our weekly chat covering car culture, vehicle reviews, and some of the auto news you may have missed.
But probably not. But welcome to Roundabout. Greetings, salutations. We're glad you could join us today. We've assembled it's an illustrious panel, the likes of which we have never seen before on this program, at least since the last time they were on. You know. So we've circled the wagons. We're here again Friday evenings, putting together just an all-star show. And Chris Sawyer he's gonna be the fulcrum of that lever, I think, tonight.
Which is another way of saying we're screwed.
There are no corkscrews on a lever, necessarily.
Saying he's a tool.
My wine opener has a lever that you pull up, and
Or
it's a
if you're
corkscrew.
Or if you're from Britain or Canada, it has a lever.
Yeah.
A lift.
A lift.
A lift.
Jolly old England. Have you been there, Al?
Oh, many times.
Yeah. Folly old England?
Yes, many
Not
children.
not folly. It's just England.
Everything they eat has been
Everything
boiled.
I do is a folly. Yeah, but I've been there.
Michelle, you used to live in the British archipelago.
I did.
Is it true that all their food is boiled?
No, sometimes they go sort of international, have a curry.
A curry.
They're fond of the curries.
Oh, are they ever?
They are.
Yes.
Because everything else is a...
Hey, Michelle, people haven't lived until I've had bangers and mash.
That's right.
That's true. And there's some things that I miss, like a cheese and onion pasties, which is yummy.
I had pasties in the Upper Peninsula, didn't I, Ben?
Yeah,
You did.
I think are they different or the same? I don't know.
Well, if a pasty is supposed to be some dried out piece of dough that's stuffed with baked potato and that's it.
Craig was
Then
not a
yes.
fan. And it was
Well,
not just baked potato. There was
That
some
is
meat.
not, that is not the way to make a pasty. My mother made great pasties.
It was all baked potato, Ben.
Yeah, so much for my pronunciation.
No, pasty, not pasty.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Pasties are...
That's what you're more familiar
I'm
with.
surprised at all those shops up north.
That's, yeah.
I
so-
can
my
make
God.
my pasties twirl.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa!
She's a woman of many talents.
not
Oh,
as Michelle
my
a
God.
tease, she's a strip tease.
Now you tell me I'm 2,500 miles away from you, Michelle.
Oh,
That's
God.
why she said.
Oh.
Anyway, we've got a great show planned, great guests lined up. But before we jump into the news, we have to announce the winner of this little ditty down here. It is the Stealth Workshop tool bag that our good pal Eric, Mr. Tritko, Mr. Rumblestrip donated to the Roundabout cause. As you may know, we had various contestants submit humorous captions for a picture of Freddie Ford the robot that was on our Facebook page. We narrowed it down to 5 finalists and then asked you to vote on your favorite. And here are the nominees.
I'm sorry, Alan. I'm afraid I can't do that. I think that Fanuc 9706 is checking me out. Doc should really stick to titles. I'm not just a rebatch of Freddie Mercury. Buy stuff now.
Why stop now?
So there, those are the 5 finalists, and you, the Roundabout audience, has voted. Your voice has been heard, and the winner is Ben. Without further ado, I'm sorry, Alan. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Which was submitted by Wesley Kittle, although I'm sure it's supposed to be Wesley Crusher.
Oh.
Yes, the ITT and EL are silent.
Yes, exactly. So, Wesley, congratulations, and look for a Facebook message from our illustrious producer, Mr. Benjamin Slanders, and we'll get this bag shipped. Slanders, whatever.
Yeah.
Colonel Slanders.
The Colonel. We'll get this shipped out to you as soon as, well, whenever it gets sent. So, without further ado, congratulations, and let's get rolling on the show. And I believe that Al, Mr. Vinacore, you have the first story.
Yes, we were given topics to write our thoughts on, and the one I picked, the first one, was what you should do if you suspect a car is following you.
Sound advice.
Yeah, so rather than just ad lib, I wrote down a few things that make more sense and hopefully will be important to the audience. I've watched enough television shows to understand the possible danger in being followed by a strange vehicle for an excessive amount of time. I've developed a safety plan to keep me and my family protected. The first thing I did was set up interviews at a halfway house for former state prisoners convicted of a felony. I hired 2 of the most thuggish. Then I bought a 1962 Oldsmobile station wagon with rear-facing third-row seats. If the felons, whom I'll call Craig and Chris, observe any unusual activity that looks like cars following us, they let me know and I pull off to the side of the road. If the vehicle behind me does the same thing, Chris and Craig will pop open the back door, run back to the car that was following us, tear open the inside door, yank the driver out of his seat, and then proceed to beat him or her within an inch of their lives. Afterwards, I usually take my 2 employees to a gas station where they attempt to wash the blood off their hands, so they don't smear any of it on the leather seats of the vehicle. Then we proceed on our way, secure in the knowledge that our safety has been preserved. No one was probably killed, and that life is sweet once more.
I like that. Probably killed.
Probably. Well,
Yeah,
it's
well,
not
it
a
all
crime.
depends what kind of job that those 2 guys do.
Well,
Now, can we at the gas station? Can we get snacks?
Oh, sure.
You weren't on the
Yeah.
list, Ben.
No, yeah.
He said hypothetically, or
Well,
implied.
Or was it
not
hypocritical?
yeah. Now you've tipped your cover, Ben. I just made up 2 names. Now you told the audience that actually you're one of them.
Excellent.
Well,
You were the halfway house.
Actually, Al, in point of fact, the 1962 Oldsmobile wagon did not have leather as an available option.
I had to put in at Finger Hut.
Okay.
So the joke's on you. They went to my dad's junkyard. And,
Okay.
And killed a cow and then stretched it out and
Dried it in the sun.
dried
and
it.
got
So yeah, they had
Okay.
some
Raw
unemployed.
seat covers.
Yeah, they had unemployed Indians from the steel mill. Pound it
Okay.
and pray over it. So the joke's on you, little boy.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
As Al's mom would say to him when he was a little boy, "That's nice, darling. Now run along and get me another martini."
Yeah, no, my mother never talked to me when I was a little boy. She just hit me with a switch and a yardstick.
At the same time.
Yeah, well, she had both hands.
Okay. For a short time.
Yeah,
you
she was
both
never
were.
in the war. She had both of her extremities.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, she kicked me with the other 2 extremities, so it was a big day for her.
Wow. Anyway, Michelle, I understand there's a Republican primary going on right now.
I hear that there is. Yeah.
And there's a guy in there who used to be the Speaker of the House, no less.
He is. In fact, I just ran into him the other day in Vegas. He was staying at the Venetian because the owner of the Venetian is his biggest rate. Well, he's his super packed funder. He gave him like $10 million. So he was there. I saw his wife walk in first, and I was like, "Oh my God, her hair doesn't move." But he was very nice.
I'm not sure it's real.
I don't know if she's
what,
real.
Mitch?
She's a fembot.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the sun shining off that thing blinds me.
Callista is her
Sounds
name.
like a female body part.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
True.
So anyway, what's going on with Newton Gingrich?
Well, forgetting that everyone doesn't think exactly like you is not a good idea when running for any public office, especially for President of the United States. Former Speakerman Newt Gingrich took a shot at President Obama's relationship with the auto industry last week by calling the Chevrolet Volt an Obama car, and followed that with the bold statement, "You cannot put a gun rack in a Chevy Volt. Ooh, burn." That burned up one feller so much he installed a makeshift gun rack in the back of his Chevy Volt. Was this a bleeding liberal going all the way of the gun just to make a point? Nope, he's not only a fellow Republican to Newtsy, he's a Florida Republican. Check your fly, Newt. I think your Chad's hanging out.
Oh.
He's a filler.
Oh.
The thing I liked about that gun rack that he built was he made it out of plastic pipe, that you'd use for plumbing these days. It's like, yeah, okay, so that falls over, the gun goes off, shoots the driver, another Volt death.
Well, I got to do. He can count his own Chad. I'm not holding that up to the light.
Oh my God! Well, Chris, we've been teasing some cars that never existed, and that's the beat you're covering this week. So
The cars that never existed.
what's going on? Were these just drawings on the drawing board, or
Oh God, we only wish that they were drawings. These were cars built by the Russians.
in Bombay?
Yes. I just automatically default to Indian. I don't know.
I
why.
know.
I was going to say, what the hell kind of
We're
Russian
going.
are you?
That's,
My family's from Russian.
Obviously, I'm an Indian communist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But these were mostly out-of-date Fiat platforms that were sold to the Russians in exchange for the terrible subpar steel they got in exchange that gave Fiats their stellar reputation at cars that you could hear rusting in the showroom. And their stodgy handling and pathetic performance stole the spirit from what were in their Italian guys really fun cars and proved that communism is indeed truly godless. But the last car in this list, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, is this
Scrolling.
past all of these square boxes that have the life taken out. Although I love the one that was a square box with a sort of fastback roof to it as you get a little farther down. They are a Salvador Dali-esque nightmare built from leftover Chrysler parts in the late 1980s. It looks like one of those Lancer hatchbacks at the bottom.
The last on the list.
That
That looks
one,
like a
yes.
like a.
It looks like
Hey,
a thunder turd is
I
what
had
it
one-
looks like.
I
Yeah.
had
Super
one of
coupe.
those.
Yeah.
You had one of those.
I did. And I had a black Lancer. Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
Just
How'd
like
you
this
admit
one.
to it?
Sure.
Those are
I'm still
those
here,
are fine
aren't I?
cars at the time.
Obviously, I didn't put a lot of miles on it. I'm still here.
And they always told you that your door was ajar.
Wow.
What was the slogan for the Thunder Turd, Chris? I don't remember.
Thanks, Michelle. Well, what it is we'll plop in your driveway.
All right. Well, great story there about horrible.
I can tell you're
Horrible.
really. Yeah.
What's your favorite one on this?
Yeah.
That last one, your favorite?
Oh, yes.
It uses that. They came up with that glass below the belt line before the
Yes.
Volt ever did.
Absolutely.
That's what's amazing.
Which they borrowed from many Italian concept cars that did it a lot better.
Oh, I never look like that. No, God.
That's a Russian Volga.
Oh, all right.
The Volga. Yeah.
No wonder.
So were Russian cars really that bad?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes.
But they almost made it to the moon, Chris.
Yeah,
How could they not
but
design a
one of their
car?
Yeah,
one of
what's-
their plans for going to the moon was we're just going to shoot the astronaut there. He's going to land there. We have no way to get him back. Tough. He does it from
Wait a
Russia.
minute, Chris. What's the operative word of that comment you just made, Craig? Almost. Made it to the moon.
Yes.
Well, they're
We almost built a
That's
good
Clinton
car.
speak,
We
buddy.
could almost handle. I mean,
Oh,
please,
yeah.
these things get outrun by a dog.
Didn't
with
we
3
almost
legs.
have it all?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I brought up the dead. I'm sorry.
Well, moving along. There's dumb and then there's dumb. An epic level of stupidity reserved for a select few. It's orders of magnitude beyond the cluelessness exhibited by your run-of-the-mill moron. All too often, these folks are allowed to drive, or even worse, have children. Well, today I present a prime example of the former. A Nissan Altima owner was in a bit of a kosher dill, so to speak. The person of indeterminate gender had to transport a supersized ladder with said midsize sedan. Rather than strapping the thing to the car's roof, or God forbid borrowing someone's pickup truck, the intrepid motorist past the aluminum stepper through the Altima's rear window openings, leaving feet of ladder hanging out beyond the sides of the vehicle. Hell, beyond the boundaries of the lane. The last time borders were this disregarded was September of 39. Just look.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Just look at this rolling idiocy.
Early part of the month, too, I believe.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly.
First.
That ladder will make it all the way to the Sudeten line.
Yeah, it's excellent.
So there you go. I saw this. I couldn't resist.
Oh my
What?
God!
And it's probably the glass is probably one of those cars where the windows don't go all the way down,
Mhm.
so the
And it's
ladder's
sitting
sitting
on
on
the
the
glass.
glass, on the edge of the glass.
And they get
That's
home
true.
and go,
Oh.
why are my windows broken?
They won't roll up. Oh, they're
Oh, I thought you were talking about borders being abused, the bookstores. I'm sorry.
no.
No,
No, Al.
entirely
I
different.
like that.
Yeah, entirely different.
You know, Craigie, I actually moved all of the fixins to build my miniature horse's barn in the back of a Nissan Altima.
You did.
I did, but the seats laid down, and it only had to be 6 foot length, so I actually was able to close the hatch.
You
So I had
a
roofing
miniature
materials,
horse?
2x4s, 4x4s, you name it, and it all fit. It was fine.
That's great.
But you can't do that in an Ultima Hybrid because the seat doesn't lay down.
Oh, there's the catch. That's how they get you.
That's
That's
right.
how they get you.
Is that your miniature horse barking in the
I was
background?
going to say, tell your
That
boyfriend to
is.
quit barking.
It's one of
back
the
there.
7.
Hey, put that on so I can see her.
Oh, Ben changed the shot. There's you. Oh,
That's
there she's back.
right.
Al is oogling you, Michelle. All right, Al, you got the next article. Masternaut?
I do, yeah. For years there's been a move afoot to have drivers' habits micromanaged. And who's going to do it? The driver himself? What's he going to do? Go to a police station and say, I've crossed a double yellow line 3 times and exceeded the speed limit at least 6. Do you know what would happen to a person who's honest enough to have that guilty of a conscience? He should die, that's what. He'd probably apologize to the babe at Baskin-Robbins for spilling a sprinkle on the floor from his ice cream cone. The earth is too populated to set aside space for nebbish like that to walk among us.
Tell us how you really feel, Al.
Oh, hell with him. If I were to purchase a new car, let's call it a 2012 Mercedes-Benz S550, and it had devices in it to momentarily take control of my car from me and make sure my vehicle was sent back securely to my road lane, and another device that tells me I'm driving too fast, I'm all set for that. I'll drive to the teacher's parking lot at my old high school in Valparaiso, Indiana, set fire to my $115,000 Mercedes sedan, thus ensuring Big Brother devices have been destroyed, and then I would loan it to the shop class to completely rebuild my vehicle, minus the looking over your shoulder devices, and use it for half their grade for that semester. Finally, I would track down the inventor of those devices, sneak into his house in the middle of the night, and shove my old K-bar knife I was issued in Fantasy Navy SEALs camp so far into the back of his head that it comes out the front looking at all the world like Bill Haley's spit curl. Those devices aren't Terminators, and I'm not sure as hell not John Connor.
All right. So I'm
Hey.
not clear what has drawn your ire, Al.
Oh, nothing. I'm fine. It just,
What's the master knot?
I don't think it takes much.
I don't know. I didn't make
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
I don't know what a astronaut is. I just, I was just given the topic to write.
Did
Yeah,
you
but I
read?
just
You
do
know
what I'm
that
told.
was an article.
It
Yeah.
combined,
Yeah.
combined his 2 favorite words, master, and I won't say what the other half
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
and astronaut.
Yeah. If people point me to a bathroom, I just go. I don't know what the hell is.
So Al doesn't understand when he sees something blue underlined.
That
It's a
means
link.
It's a link.
What? A link.
You know this internet
Yes,
thing
yes.
might take off
I
after
prefer
all.
patties to links.
Link. Remember Link, Pete, and Julie, the Mod Squad?
Yes, I do.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Who played the part of Link?
Lincoln?
Oh, God. Peggy Lipton's husband.
No. He, not his husband. Clarence Williams III.
Clarence Williams III, that's right.
I have no idea what you guys
Actually,
are
he
talking
was
about.
married to what was it, Cagney or Lacey?
Michelle,
We'll
Michelle-
rejoin Retro About.
Yes. Well, Michelle, I was going to say, can you
Momentarily.
get this show back on track?
Yes, please,
I'd love
Michelle.
to, Craigie.
Let's go.
Someone do it because we're not going to.
And
God
I'm the
help
most
us, Michelle.
ADD of all of you, probably. But in a rather long-winded manner, the Huffington Post takes a shot at telling us that honesty is the best policy when trying to get out of a speeding ticket. By admitting guilt, a speed demon has more likely of a chance of my grammar sucked in this one, of getting out of a speeding ticket than they would by playing dumb or fibbing. After all, no one lies to a police officer, right? No. The theory is that that a policeman is more likely to not be upset if you are truthful and you get off scot-free in many or most instances. I am not going to try and find out if this is true or not because I don't know. They're like stormtroopers and Darth Vader. Police officers scare the bleep out of me.
Having trouble reading your own printing, are you, Michelle?
You're not making friends, Al.
Yeah.
Well, just don't do that in Fayetteville because they don't call it Vietnam for nothing. And when they pull you over, honest to God, the cop will come up to you and say, "Son, I had you speeding. You're doing 75 in a whatever zone, and your ticket could be anywhere from $25 to $250. So what you got in your wallet?" So what you do is you hide everything other than $25 and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I got $25," and hopefully you'll get off.
Or charged with bribing.
Well, is it not the same thing?
And does their siren sound like this?
Oh,
Pretty much. Pretty much, yes.
Hey, Michelle.
Not Florida.
Michelle, your honesty bit may actually has some truth to it because we were on a ride drive event one time for Jaguar, and the oldest guy in the traveling circus was.
Was you?
No, it wasn't me. It was Tom Keene.
Oh God!
And he drove over a hill, and there was a cop sitting there waiting, and he pulled him over. He was doing like about 75 or 80, and he walks up to the car and tells Tom, he says, "I've been waiting all day for one of you guys to come by." And Tom said, "Well, I got here as fast as I could," and the cop was laughing so hard he let him go.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Humor. Well, I read in a magazine, I don't remember where, but it's like the worst thing to say to a cop would be,
I pay your salary.
What?
I pay your salary.
No, how did it go? It was, you're going to give me a ticket or a lecture because I don't need both.
Oh,
That's the worst thing you could say.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I pay your salary. When I was a mailman, I had one of my patrons say that to me. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "I pay my salary too because and that makes me self-employed. You can go to hell. You're not getting your mail from me anymore."
Jeez. Well, Michelle, you left out one point: honesty and cleavage, right? Doesn't that help?
Never helped Chris.
You're muted,
Right.
Michelle. Oh, there we go.
No,
you're not.
What did you want me to moon them?
Well, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me time to go through the academy first, Michelle.
Unfortunately, in your case, it's Starfleet Academy.
Yeah. Well,
Moving along, Chris.
Oh, hold
Mercury,
Yes.
everyone's favorite brand.
Oh, yes, their favorite dead brand. This is the Mercury XM800, and no, it's not a satellite radio station. It's a dream car from 1954, back when Mercury had a future. It has a 312 cubic inch V8 with 270 horsepower, which is barely enough to move this parade float at ramming speed. The XM800 two-door hardtop has more chrome than Rhodesia, and a body oddly enough made of fiberglass. That's because they were in a hurry to get it on the show circuit.
Fibra.
Yeah, exactly. Fiberglass. However,
Is it
production
fibra?
models would have used more steel in each one than all of the subcompacts built in a year today. Production, you say? Well, yes, Benson Ford, then head of the Lincoln Mercury division, wanted to put it in production. Had that happened, the characterful land yacht with its impressive Dagmar bumpers would have been an instant hit and given Mercury one thing it never had, a chance. Unfortunately, instead, Ford built the Edsel.
Smart move, because now they've got a place in history.
Boy, that thing didn't have a waterfall grill. It had a landfill grill.
So,
Actually, it's sort of cool.
So this was a concept, right?
This was a concept, yeah. And,
Was that to have 2 4-barrels if it had 270 horse?
Probably.
I had a 312 in my 57 Thunderbird Special V8. But it was 270 horse with 2 4-barrels, and it was 245 with 1.
Damn, you know a lot.
Just
Oh,
making
I'm
up
old.
numbers now.
So-
It's a 2x4
Right.
and
Yeah.
It's amazing. You
Metric
know,
centimeters.
But the thing is, this
Built
car
not
sold
10.
at RM auction recently for $429,000.
Wow, that there's only one built?
Only one built, and the guy had to turn it into a runner. He had to make this thing work.
Wow. Fascinating.
Whoa.
What drew your eye to this story, Chris, other than the young boys in the background?
Excellent. That's why I feel safe around him.
Wow.
Is that why you're sitting next to him, Craigie?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Bet you didn't.
What did you say, Michelle?
I asked Craigie if that's why he's sitting next to you.
Oh, gross.
Grody.
Oh.
Zing.
You know, Michelle, I'm the oldest one in the room, and these three are like my illegitimate children.
Aw, we
Yes.
love you too, Al.
But yes, we're all your
Thanks,
elephant children,
Dad.
but you're the bastard. But okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
What drew me to it? Was,
Just the
it's-
ridiculous.
It's just so kitsch. It's cool.
Yeah. It's
How the
pretty.
hell did you remember that? Or just, like, weed makes everything come back clearer?
Hippie.
I don't remember that. Wasn't there another X? Mercury have another one, or was that?
There was a Lincoln. The Lincoln that
Was it
turned
an XP 400 or something? Who was that?
XP would be GM.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's round up the news portion of the program. I've got the last one here. A man. Yes, I know. You're almost done and can go home. Enjoy your weekend.
well, I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
A man in
Green
once.
room here doesn't have anything to eat.
Well, there are coffee grounds, Al. I offered you some, but you declined.
No, they were my grounds. What the hell?
Edible.
Perfect for your
myself.
tapeworm.
Yeah.
A man
Ben
in
knows.
once. A man in once Great Britain has created the perfect getaway vehicle for Al so he can bust out of his group home. The guy has plopped a 125cc motorcycle engine in the back of a mobility scooter.
Wow, that would make anybody
Oh
plop.
man.
I know.
That didn't
Altogether,
propel me.
Al, the package is good for more than 70 miles an hour.
I wish I was.
This rascal on steroids looks absolutely ridiculous, zipping through the snow, drifting, and doing donuts. Aside from the powertrain, though, it looks pretty much stock, right down to those tiny gray, non-marring tires. Great news, Al! They'll match your hush puppies.
Oh, how about
It's no fun if that woman is just sitting there doing that.
I got here I try not to live in the past.
Oh, and they even have sheep in this, Al. It's perfect for you. This
Oh,
video.
excellent. Oh,
Now he's interested.
Oh, Manischewitz. Look at those sheep.
That was Mildred, wasn't it?
No, that was Joanne.
Okay.
Guys, just don't. You don't look these people in the eye, for God's sake. Their eyes are up here, Craig.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
So,
they're
anyways,
not behind them.
So, guys, with that, we've got to thank our good friends at Amazon. But don't you worry, audience. We will be back with more of Michelle, Al, and Chris in just a tick. Plus, we're going to play another game of a car by any other name. But right now, we've got to thank our sponsor, Amazon.com. You know, everyone loves Amazon. They've got literally millions of different products available on the site.
Absolutely.
You got it. And every week we like to highlight one that is available. So our pick of the week here is 12 jumbo dinosaurs up to 6 inches long.
You know, I just clicked the link, Craig,
What?
and it's
Oh, God, that's Al's hernia belt.
Not only that, it
Florida
brings a whole new
orthopedic
meaning up
soft
to 6
phone.
inches long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wish I was
God.
hung like that guy.
Al.
Guy's
I
hung
didn't
like
even.
a turtle.
Al, do you have the Florida Orthopedic Soft Form Hernia Belt? Completely adjustable without metal snaps or buckles.
I thought you're supposed to try to take this seriously because it's a sponsor. What the hell's wrong with you guys? I rate you better than that.
Hey, it's on sale for $30. You can save 50%.
Are you kidding me?
Honest to God, easy hook
Son
and
of a
loop
bitch.
closures.
30, that it's on sale for that?
That's right.
Oh,
And
my
there's
God.
no buckles.
You can take
Flexible
back,
foam cushions.
you can take back, you can find enough pop bottles in I-75 to
There's
pay
a
for one of
neutral
those.
beige color, so it can be worn inconspicuously under most clothing.
I'll
And,
be
you know,
damned.
Really mess with the TSA with this one.
Yeah.
Whoa, I
either-
guess.
And that's right. And either pad can be removed to treat a single hernia.
You know, we could
And you
almost
know
wear
what?
khakis with something like that.
It looks like something the
On a good
Chippendales
day.
would wear.
Like who?
The Chippendales.
The Rescue
I'd have to take your
Rangers,
word
yeah.
for it. I've never been there.
Yeah. All right. So, well, no, we've got the product. We actually have dozen jumbo dinosaurs. You got some kids in your life. You've got
Oh,
grandbabies.
are you kidding? Marky, my little grandson Marky is a dinosaur
Look,
fanatic.
a dozen jumbo 12. That's a full 12, up to 6 inches long. $7. You get a Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, Velociraptor.
Hey, Chris, you got $7? Can I borrow $7?
Well, I was going to put it in your 401k, but
Oh, God, well, yeah, don't cash that in yet.
So that is our pick of the week, courtesy
Wow,
of
that's pretty
Amazon.
neat.
And Al,
Yes.
I don't know if you know this. Have you ever heard of Amazon Prime?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yes,
I've
I
been
have
to that
actually.
planet
I
many
have.
times. But it was
Do you
not
have
drinking.
Amazon
Yeah,
Prime?
no, I don't have Prime, but I've heard of it.
Oh yeah.
Not prime rib.
No, I understand. I understand.
That means you're not going to pay shipping on this.
It's $80
Right.
a year, free shipping.
We're not even talking ground shipping here, folks.
2
We're
day.
talking 2-day shipping.
Two.
Holy
Now that's a deal.
God.
$6.99 for these dinos.
I mean, when you need your dinosaurs fast.
Yeah.
When you absolutely have to have your dinosaurs overnight.
Yeah.
The only
Amazon
dinosaur.
Prime.
Can you see some little kid sitting there just jonesing, shaking from side to side? I need my dinosaurs.
As a matter of fact, Michelle, when my little grandson Mark was 4 years old, he asked if I ever see any dinosaurs or dragons when I look out of airplane windows. And I said, sure, Marky, that's why Grandpa stopped drinking.
So the only dinosaur that counts to me is that giant green Sinclair one somewhere in Wyoming, Dakota, Wyoming.
Yeah, in St. Louis, they also have Sinclair stations.
Do they?
In
Well,
Missouri,
they had
yes.
this one we stopped at had a gigantic fiberglass dinosaur sitting over it.
Oh,
Was,
man.
I can't remember. It's all a blur now, Craigie. You kept me so in a twirl.
Hopped up on PCPs.
I don't know what happened. We took your picture in
I
front
know.
of it. I don't know
I
who
think it was
has
South
it.
Dakota. It was,
I-
I'm sure
It
I've got
might be on my.
But anyway, Amazon.com, we thank them for their support. If you want to help us out, just go to roundaboutshow.com. On the top of the page, you will see a banner ad for Amazon. If you click on that and do all of your purchases like you normally would, we'll get a little bit of credit for that, and you'll help us out, your favorite automotive podcast.
Now, obviously,
right?
we joke about getting silly things like hernia belts and plastic
They are
dinosaurs.
all
No, but you can
available.
order serious things through there, like I did recently, and I even did 2 items by accident. And Roundabout gets credit for those
Oh,
because
sure, yeah.
I was
One had
looking at
batteries.
lavalier mics, and I put them in my shopping basket, and then I changed my mind, and then a couple weeks later, I went in to buy our 3 big boxes of coffee for the office, and I just went to like one-click checkout, and I bought the 2 lavalier mics.
Bonus for us!
Sweet. Thank you,
Excellent.
Michelle. And thank you, Amazon, for your
So,
support.
I mean, you can get like everything.
Absolutely.
From hernia belts to Blu-ray
DVDs
movies.
to car parts to electronics. They sell some sort of iPad on there, too.
It's true. It's true.
Amazon, we thank you for yours.
I actually bought a kidney on Amazon.
That's
Mark-
not funny
That
to some
was-
of us. Thank
Oh,
you
I'm
very
sorry.
much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Al, that was
I'm sorry.
in the
I
Amazon.
meant I bought a liver. That's what I meant.
Ah, there you
sorry.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
I
was
bought a
delicious.
lung.
Was it breaded?
All right, guys, it's the moment the chat room has been waiting for.
Oh my God.
Our
They're
segment.
excited about this one.
Embarrassed
I
to
bet.
stand up.
A car by any other name. Do you have a sound drop, Ben?
Ding, diddle, ding, 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 ding.
All right, it's time for Roundabout's newest game where we name the cars and you, our enthusiastic, loyal, stupendous audience, do the rest. We call it, as I just mentioned, a car by any other name.
So badass.
Thank you, Dave. In each round of the game, I will announce a fictional make and model, and each panelist will then take his or her turn describing, based only on said name, what kind of vehicle fits that moniker. For instance, if we call out the Langostini Clarifino, I might describe it as an Italian compact aimed at financially secure millennials, intended to evoke the carefree joy of an afternoon at the beach. Sans Al and his support device, of course. For extra points, I might also mention that it was conceived while Langostini's head of product development was lunching at the Red Lobster. So, it's a
Excellent.
game of creative thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
screwed.
In each round, the winner will be determined by the fickle hordes in the the enthusiastic, loyal, and stupendous.
Those experts.
AR.
Exactly.
Yes. Chatters in the chat room chatting away. After each round, Ben, right over there, will
That's
put a
me.
link. He'll put a link in the chat room where you guys can vote. So chatters, be prepared to click on that link and let your voice be heard. So let's get going. And no peeking, guys. Ben,
Who shall we start with? Let's
you decide.
Let's start with Chris, and then Al, and then Michelle. All right, for each
Ladies
round.
last.
Ladies last.
Unless you want to go foist.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So our first vehicle, Christopher, is the Salud Castaneda.
Pronounce the tilde, Craig.
Nieda.
And
The Salute Custom
the
Day.
Salud has those double exclamation point thingies, one upside down. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's important.
That's a
but
tilde.
yeah. No.
Well, obviously, it was made in Spain. It's powered by a hydrogen-fueled V6, but of which they're not actually together on the same crankshaft. They sort of sit near one another because they don't want to get to know each other too well too early. It has a leather interior made from virgin cows.
That Al hasn't gotten.
Not from Indiana, that's for sure.
Exactly. Buttery smooth leather. It does 0 to 60 in approximately 4.5 seconds, a top speed of 145 miles an hour. It gets 30 miles to the gallon, and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, every day, it goes to sleep for an hour.
Siesta. What kind of vehicle is it, Chris?
It is a 2-door coupe
Conversion.
with a removable hardtop. Don't ask me how they figured that out, that it would be a coupe and a removable hardtop, but they're Spanish, they can do anything. And it has an aerodynamic drag coefficient of 0.375, meaning that it's okay.
Jeez, and they call me sick.
There you go. Good first round. Starting things off, teed it up, boom, down the driving range. Al, are you ready? What is the Salud Castañeda?
Actually, my description is very short. It's not long-winded like Mr. Sawyer's. The vehicle you mentioned, would you say it again, please?
Salud Castañeda.
Yes, it's actually just a specialty vehicle that's sold only to funeral homes. It's basically an international global hearse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's narrow enough for European roads?
Yes, it's sort of like European roads and even thin people in this country. People who you don't want to waste like a full-size Cadillac or a Lincoln for.
Somebody not very popular.
Yeah, you just stick these people in the back and cart them out to the.
What kind of engine does it have?
Well, it has a rotary engine. It's actually made by Mazda. I can't hide this.
Oh,
it's made
rebadged.
Rebadged. Yeah, but again, it's a hearse. So.
Doesn't matter.
It's basically a 323 that's been lengthened about like a DC-8 was.
Okay.
But not as good.
So Al Vinacore says it's a hearse.
Yeah.
So you're listening, chat.
We've got a coupe, a hearse, and now finally,
Michelle,
from Miss Motormouth, what is the Salud Castañeda?
Well, it's actually a car that's made by a very old company that for some reason nobody knows about, that's based in Puerto Rico. And it's a luxury sedan, V10, that is designed at hitting the how would you say this? The more successful market. So it has bulletproof glass. It's sort of representing the valiant lord sort of attitude of the wealthy of Puerto Rico.
The affluent.
Yes.
To put it nicely.
All right.
They have affluent in Puerto Rico?
I don't know. I've never been.
Oh, well, I've been there many times. I don't recall seeing it. Better not hang around where I do.
All right. Are you forever holding your peace, Michelle?
Uh-huh.
All right. So chat room, brace for impact.
I have pasted the link in the chat room, Craig.
Al Vinacore, Michelle Naranjo, and Christopher McSawyer.
Let's see
McSawyer.
how they
It's an
vote.
honorary MC.
Well, there's some
Right now we have 3 votes for Michelle, 1 vote for Al. Chris coming in at a 0. Now we've got Al and Michelle
50,
neck
50.
and neck, 3 and 3. 50% for Michelle, 50% for
Vote.
Just by you
Al.
vote the audience.
Vote. Oh, Michelle is swelling into a lead.
God.
I'm
damn you,
swelling.
Michelle.
Michelle is
God.
Too much
damn
salt
you,
in your
Michelle.
diet.
What an anti-Semitic woman you are.
Wow, I didn't get any votes. I could be running in the primary.
Well, you're about as windy as a debate.
All right.
I'll give you windy in a minute here.
Oh, sorry.
buddy.
I'm sorry, boss.
Are the polls
It's really
closed?
who I
then?
write for.
All precincts reporting.
I think Rick Perry actually got more votes in this poll than you did.
Probably did.
Oh, jeez.
Probably did.
5-3.
I think
Michelle Naranjo.
What's wrong with this audience?
We're gonna call it for Michelle. 63% of the vote. Michelle wins
right.
round 1.
Ding.
Thank y'all.
You didn't tell us what the prize was.
Awesome, Michelle.
You get to
Oh.
leave in one piece.
Oh,
All right.
You get this great deal from Amazon.com.
$30 off for the a half off in the dinosaurs.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay for Prime, then you get free shipping.
Oh,
All right. So, okay, round one, Michelle carried the day. Are we ready for round two, Chris?
Hell no.
Well, the vehicle you have to tell us about is the Feldman Haberdasher VX11.
The
VX.11, right?
The Feldman Haberdasher?
such a car.
Whatever.
I think the dot makes a lot, or the period or decimal or whatever that is.
His dot.
It is about that time. But never
Such
mind.
happiness.
Feldman
Feldman
Haberdasher
Haberdasher.
VX11.
Well, I think this car was designed for those people up in Manhattan who work in the rag trade. They're sending their kids to accounting school, and
great-grandfather.
it's a four-door. It's a nice car. It's a practical car, and but it's not a handsome car, and it's cheap.
You are very. You have congested
very good,
digestion,
Chris.
It's
Right off the bat, he
Yeah.
earns points for not slipping into the Indian accent.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Yes.
Ding,
oh,
ding,
that's
ding.
right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Man, I've had a successful breast to talk like that.
Aye.
Such happiness.
He's been hanging around you too long, Al. You met a relative on the last press
I
event.
did. The limousine driver, the shuttle driver that took us from the airport.
Yep.
Turned out that we were related. A shirt tail from Odessa in the Ukraine.
Wow.
He looked just like Al, but a
Some
lot
guy
younger.
I was bitching
a
about
lot
showing
younger.
up late to pick us up. Turned out he was related. So
Is that why you don't remember that last date in the back of the limo?
Oh, I remember that fine. And so does my doctor.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, Michelle. That was too great a setup.
Well, Al, you're next. What is the Feldman Haberdasher VX.11?
That is a very specialized vehicle. That's basically a hearse, and it's only sold in Israel, and the factory is on the Gaza Strip because that's where the most business comes from for the
God.
funeral homes. And it's
Powered by a rotary again?
yeah, it's one of a kind, and being Israeli, it's good.
Is it still built off a Mazda 323, or did you?
No.
go for the 626
It's built off
929.
it's built off a Schmeckel, auto Schmeckel.
An Otto Schmeckel Diesendorf.
No, that's German. You can't. Goddamn people just want to go marching into every place we go, aren't you? No, it's a wonderful vehicle, and unfortunately, your last ride is taken in it.
Oh, what we call in this country a Cadillac.
No, actually, it's like the Mercury Grand Marquis. It's always purchased on the final buying program.
The reverse mortgage program.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, very
Sold you by
good.
Fred Thompson or.
Yeah,
or what's his name?
All right,
Number
well, I'm
2.
done.
Anyway.
believe me.
All right, Al. Great. Another hearse from Mr.
Well,
Vinacore.
it's, you keep throwing these things my way. and
right, well,
I
fair
see. There's trick questions. I know that.
You're just unraveling our not lies. Michelle Naranjo, are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
Engage.
No
Okay,
forward.
so the Feldman Haberdasher is actually it's got a kind of rich but yet new sort of tradition for residents of North London. It's a car that's handmade. It takes a full year for this Mr. Feldman to make it in his backyard.
Marty Feldman?
And
Union labor.
But he has all sorts of people that help him and work for him, and he made his fortune on cornichons that are put on the those Fieldman's platters in pubs, right? Like he's the source of the little pickles, and he made all this money on these little pickles, and so he has this one car that he makes every year, and it is given to the woman from North London who attends Ascot. And it's made with this like very large sort of open roof so that her hat can fit out the top. And it just so happens that the point 11 is because he's in his 11th year of making them.
Oh. Does this woman wear tattersall?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Very good.
And my other question, were you reading out of the brochure? That's considered cheating.
That's pretty convincing. I'm not going to lie, man.
Don't make any loud noises or quick moves around Michelle. That's all I can see. All I can recommend.
All right, chat room.
I have pasted the link in, so vote away.
Gird your
Let's
loins.
see. Gird your loins. Let's see who.
This is girding.
I have my girdle on.
Hey, you can get one from Amazon.
Al Vinokur is carrying the day.
He's in an early
50.
lead. He's
But
got
Chris
2
Sawyer
votes.
is tied with 25%.
I finally got a vote.
Yeah, I
Al
think you're going to win this.
Al
one,
is
Chris.
swelling up, 50%. Michelle at
Well,
17.
I've done that all my life.
Oh my god, 29 for 50 for Al. Al is carrying at full term.
Oh,
Oh.
baby. Oh, baby.
We've got 8 votes. All precincts are reporting, Ben.
I think we can call it.
Al Vinokur.
This one's for Al.
Chris
Ding,
for
ding, ding.
twinsies.
And
All right,
we've
Michelle,
got
this is pardon the pun, this is the rubber game coming up here now.
we've got you Chris, you've got votes on the board, so don't feel so
Yeah, that's
depressed
pretty
anymore.
good, Chris.
Diggity. I got more votes than Ron Paul.
Yes, you did. You got 2. All right.
You're the Lyndon LaRouche of this
That's right.
He's a regular Rick Perry.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we all ready for round number
Damn
3?
straight.
All right.
At least I'm not Bob
To quote the
Dole.
late Isaac Hayes, you damn right.
All right. Chris, are you ready?
Hell no.
Round 3 is the GMC Terrain Cabriolet Denali.
Don't we just call that? Don't we just call that the Murano Cabriolet these days?
Or the Evoque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Econoline Club Wagon.
Okay, so this is a
The bailout mobile.
professional grade small 4x4 with a retractable roof. It leaves the sides up, sort of like the Fiat 500 Cabrio, rolls the fabric roof down to the point where it all sits on top of the rear hatch, and you can't see out the back. But then in the car like this, you don't care what's behind you. You don't care about much of anything like living. But you've got the Denali edition, so it has rich buttery leather. It has the full complement of gizmos on the inside. Everything Bluetooth. It has the 8-inch screen, the whole 9 yards. But it's powered by a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with a total of 57 horsepower.
Soft top or hard top?
It's definitely soft top. Roll down.
Okay.
He said, I believe you said the top was stitched together out of unborn
Ah.
baby leopard pants.
Oh,
No,
like
actually,
buttery leopard.
But,
yeah. Yeah, butter, yeah.
It's actually from clubbed baby seals.
So you're,
Oh.
you're too young to
But that's
remember
only
last.
in the Canadian edition.
You're too young to remember last tango in Paris.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Vinokur.
Well, what was the name of the vehicle again?
The GMC Terrain Cabriolet Denali.
Well, it's a specialty vehicle. It's used as a hearse, and but this is
upright
a
dead
well thought out vehicle because it's used to take the dead careers of former GM employees.
So it's also signed by Rick
Yeah.
Wagner?
Well, yes, and they take these careers to the unemployment line.
Not the grave, then.
Well, depending on the age, depending on how many years they had with the company.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it. Yeah,
Nothing else. Did it have a rotary engine?
It just no.
It was
As a matter of fact,
pushed.
it was
It
pushed
didn't have an
downhill.
engine.
It's just like the careers. It just went downhill.
Well,
Just like
the
company.
advantage of the removable top is you can just pack them all in standing up.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Push
So you
them
just
downhill,
haul
they're
it
done.
down,
Yeah.
Did you ever work for Ryanair?
Oh, jeez. All right, Michelle. GMC Terrain Cabriolet Denali. What's it
Okay,
going to be?
Well, I'm going to set a scene here because there is a particular kind of person that actually inspired the design of this vehicle. So imagine that you are the wife of someone who's very successful in the construction industry, and he's afforded you a house in the East Hamptons during the summer. But your life is never very easy because you're constantly having to run one child to violin practice and one child to drama and one child to gymnastics.
That's bullshit.
But after you get them
a
all
goddamn
delivered,
owl, yeah.
you drive to this beach and you get a rubber raft out of the back and you set off the beach into the water and you just sit in the water and you gaze at the horizon and you look back and there is this massive brick sitting there that looks like a cinder block, and you're reminded of the wonderful things and the life that your husband's given you through his construction trade, right? And I would have to admit, I probably just completely exited myself from the game because that is the exact reason that I was told that they designed the Ford Flex. And I'm not lying. That was actually their.
Oh yeah, this
Imagine
was in the
person.
days back when you'd go into a meeting with any of the Ford people if you're doing any work for them. And a friend of mine did it with the Mountaineer marketing head. Guy sat him down. He thought he was going to get this quick pitch on what do I need to know about the Mountaineer marketing. Guy sat down and gave him line and verse of who this buyer was, what her name was, how old she was, how much money the family made, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Pretty specific.
It went on for 35 minutes, and he ended it by saying, "We know so much about this woman. We can even tell you how." And this is not a real woman, mind you. How she voted in the school board for the school board. And my friend, being totally nonplussed, just sits there for a second, looks up at him, and he says, "Well, if you know the buyer so well, why the hell do you have to put rebates on these effing cars?"
Oh, excellent. Hey, Michelle, you really are in Southern California, aren't you?
She described everything around the vehicle.
I
Interesting tack.
think
Michelle.
I thought for a minute there, Michelle, that you were reading a romance novel.
That's
God
the
knows
way-
we were.
Wow, that really came from the Flex?
That I
That
would never.
actually was at the first drive event. That was how they described it to me.
Unbelievable.
Wow,
Oh,
that explains
man.
why. That probably explains why it is just burning up the sales charts.
All right, Ben, did you paste the vote link in?
I am about to.
Because it is the audience participation part of the program now.
Well, this ought to be a walk away.
The link is in there.
Michelle Naranjo, 100% of the vote.
What the hell?
100%.
Oh, come on.
They're all rolling in.
That's bullshit. That cannot be. That cannot be.
I am getting just.
I am stunned.
Wow.
What in the hell is going on in this place?
Chris, ooh.
No vote.
Michelle winning is 6 votes for Michelle, 2 for Al,
What?
0 for Chris. He's not.
Well, I can understand
I
Chris
think-
losing, but not me.
You know what? I should have been smart because I was thinking about it. I just said, well, it's a hearse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Michelle,
Hell's wrong with
congratulations.
this audience? They afraid to die?
Wow.
All right.
I'm
And
stunned.
my eyes are brown.
So are mine.
Craig, we are prepared to call this one
It's Michelle.
for Michelle.
She carried it.
Oh,
75% of the vote.
oh.
75. That's not just a. That's a
That's a mandate.
That's a landslide.
what they call it.
That's one of the Hawaiian Islands crashing into the ocean. That is.
So she gets to.
She's gonna be the roundabout candidate for president.
Yeah.
She gets the designer disease of the week.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Our 4th and final round, though.
Oh, we got another one coming.
You got one last chance.
Oh,
We have an optional
oh,
round.
Man.
All right.
This is for Chris's pride.
Oh, there's none of that left.
Yeah,
The
you
4th
kidding?
and final vehicle, gentlemen and lady,
Yeah.
is the Orca Motor Rickshaw Company Trumpeteer.
Ooh.
This time, just to get it out of the way, we start with Al.
What's the name of this vehicle?
It's the Trumpeteer, and it's built by the Orca Motor Rickshaw Company
Oh, well,
of Sandusky, Ohio.
That's easy. It's a hearse that's used by aquariums to remove their dead mammals. Bring them to the Starkiss plant.
Oh my!
And they're generally bought for the company by these do-gooder groups.
Greenpeace
No, not
or
not
something.
PETA. Friends of Wales or
Friends of your
Fowls.
ex-wife.
Yeah. Oh, my ex-wife had no friends. Kidding. She couldn't even stand herself. I'm done.
I'm finished.
Now, God damn it, folks, you vote for me because Michelle has a felony record and I don't.
Slander! Slander!
Yeah, Michelle has to be 100 yards away from a school and I don't.
Wow. Well, let's mix it up. Let's go to Michelle next. You're on the line. You're live on Roundabout Radio.
Orca Motor Rickshaw Company, the Trumpeteer. What is it, Michelle?
Chinese aquariums, I should have said.
Well, it's actually built by the Central Californian Asian Americans who they're farmers and they're kind of like rednecks, but they're Asian Americans and they have built these
Redneck.
whale
Hillbillies.
of a motor rickshaws to carry people from winery to winery.
But I don't like Merlot.
Yeah.
Well, the wineries it's one of those companies that they are just guaranteed business because the wineries can't take the liability of having people drink and drive. So, yeah.
Jeez,
Very purpose built.
Asian
I like
rednecks, they'd
it.
be Appalachian whites, wouldn't they?
Apparitions.
Yeah.
Apparitions.
Oh,
Lead-
God.
leadnecks.
Absolutely.
Leadnecks.
All right. Mr. Soya, thevirtualdriver.com.
Yeah. The virtual loser on this game.
Well, that's
What is?
We
predetermined.
didn't tell you this is worth 100 points.
doesn't
So you win
bloody
this
matter.
round.
Doesn't
And it just
bloody matter.
The Orca Motor Rickshaw Company, model name
Hard
Trumpeteer.
to believe I'm 67 years old and putting up with this shit.
It's like the what was it? The walls of Jericho came tumbling down.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's built like a woven basket with two long handles on it, so that the driver can pull it forward if he needs to, because it's only powered by a one-cylinder, 125cc two-stroke motor. It has 7 wheels because it is also a hearse.
Sounds like you're describing your swing that you bought at home.
And it's made under license by people in California who want to go from winery to winery. I don't know.
Jesus, and this is a bonus?
Yeah, no.
This is a bone, not a bonus.
All right. Well,
And it has trumpets on it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, that's a ticket.
It's got trumpets.
Yeah,
And my
it's got-
wife,
it's got
Morgan Fairchild, whom
yeah.
I've seen maybe.
Yeah, my dead wife. Morgan Fairchild.
all
Don't
right.
even worry about voting for me, folks. I know I've already lost.
Well,
Yeah.
you just wait and see.
Throw him a bone.
The poll has been posted, so chat room.
Who is it who's won this time?
Michelle Nerano, 100%.
Oh, Jesus, God. What in the hell is going on? Oh, there you
Got
go.
it out.
Chris Soyuz.
Oh.
Who typed? What? He's not a Soviet space capsule, Ben. Why does it say Soyuz?
Oh.
Jesus
Chris
Christ, no wonder
Soyuz
you
is in
spelled
the
my
Soyuz.
name wrong.
He's
Soyuz,
fine.
oh, vinegar. Oh, okay.
And Michelle Navajo.
Jeez, I only got one vote on that. What the hell is this? What in the
I believe
God's name?
Al Vinegar has overplayed his hearse car.
No.
What? No.
Just this dull-assed audience is
I think my
needs
voting
more
public-
titillation.
I thank my voting public
Christopher
for that.
Soyuz, you've carried the day. Congratulations. You've taken Iowa.
What's the
South
final here?
3 for Chris,
I
2
think-
for...
No. I mean for the whole game.
Oh.
I still win.
Yes, she had 2, you had 1, Chris had 1.
Jesus.
You don't believe in him, Al.
He's one of us. Yeah, the best you guys can do is Pope.
That's right.
Well, that
Our guy
is...
went all the way.
That concludes a car by any other name. Spirited conversation, everyone.
Oh, man.
Great arguments about hearses and
Oh.
trumpeting.
Chris is about to break the corner off that table, you realize.
Yes. So, what?
So, congratulations, Michelle.
Winner!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give Michelle a clap. She deserves it.
Yeah, wait a minute. Michelle's got the clap. No.
Yeah. She's got all of our
Oh,
claps.
my God.
She's got all of our
Al,
claps.
stop these. Stop
Inappropriate,
putting out these
Al.
rumors.
All right, guys.
Al in the back
Some
of the
seafood
taxi
for
again.
Michelle. Let's give her crabs.
Al should have kept that hernia belt on.
I know.
Crabs for my men.
All
Trouble
right,
is, he kept
guys.
putting on his head, kept saying, I want some fava beans.
I think we have a show on that disturbing note.
Very disturbing.
Good hustle, team.
So this is
Especially Al. I
basically
didn't know you could move that fast.
This is basically an extra large coffee. You use that for a timer.
Yeah. Well, your bladder's probably now equally full. Or
No.
stretched out.
I have
Stretch
a
marks on
I
your
have a
bladder.
bomber bladder.
I just
He's the
wouldn't-
one with the bad bladder.
I just wouldn't sit in that chair after you're done there, but it's...
No, well, it's
That's why we lined it in plastic.
so mark my territory.
Al, how you doing? Depends.
Ah, did you? Why do you
Yeah,
think he never gets up to use the loo? I mean,
That's
he's
right.
like that astronaut woman, remember? That went
Exactly.
crazy? Well, he's got that too,
I'm
but
like a
with
walking
the diapers.
I'm a walking urinal. That's what I am.
All right. Well, good show, guys. Fun show.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
my yes.
Al Vinicor, thank you for coming back.
Oh, no problem.
You write for the Chicago Sun-Times, you
Yes.
claim.
And MotorwayAmerica.com and Virtual Driver and Auto Proyecto. I'm the resident gringo at Autoprojecto and Journal Register Syndicate. God damn,
Reader's
I'm
Digest.
busy. So, no
Easy
wonder
for
I
you
don't
to
have
say.
time to wash my hands.
Yeah, especially after you go to the bathroom. But
Yes,
anyway,
yeah.
It's an efficiency thing.
yeah.
It is, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming back, Al. We do
Oh, thank you.
appreciate
Yeah, well, anytime.
Except he called. Chris Sawyer,
Yes,
the virtual driver, the simulated motorist, if you will.
that's right. Virtualdriver.com.
What's going on there?
Everything.
Tirades,
Tirades from Al.
reviews.
Technology, analysis and opinion, reviews, lifestyle pieces, and
whole-
just any other crap I want to throw up there.
The whole Megillah.
Plus, we're going to be providing pretty soon content to carsincontext.com.
What?
Yes.
What?
Which I used to write for.
Your old stomping ground.
That's right. Now under the control of John Clore, who used to have it before.
So it's come full circle.
Come full circle.
Wow. How do you like that?
Now,
Just
was
like
it not before Cars in Context, like .us?
.us, yes.
So now it's officially a
Now
.com.
it's officially a .com.
They must have gone to
.com.
GoDaddy.
For the time- in about a week, it'll be pointing at my website. So
Very nice.
I'll be taking over the world, Smithies.
Yes. Well, thank you, Chris, for coming back. We do
Thank you.
appreciate it. And we cannot give shout-outs to our panelists without forgetting Michelle Naranjo.
Don't forget me.
We got you. Michelle Naranjo, Auto Bytel, and I don't know what Al's doing. He's whooping.
No, I was just giving you a shout out.
Oh, he's got whooping cough. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at the sun coming in all of a sudden. Wow.
Yes.
So, what's new on the Auto Bytel, Michelle? It rhymes.
Oh gosh, let me think. I did
does. You had a
I did a
couple.
little over 2 weeks straight travel, and
Pussy.
bit tired of that
Oh.
right now.
Jesus, 2 weeks and you're tired.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Try 50 years of it, Michelle. See how happy you are then.
Oh
I'm
God.
tired. 2 weeks.
No, it's well. I also I'm a single mom with a kid, so it kind of makes I miss my daughter. So
Aren't we all?
yeah, I know I'm a bitch. But then I actually did something kind of fun this week. I went and rescued Aaron Bragman. From San
Oh,
Diego.
yes. We followed that chronicle on the Facebook.
That was unfortunate for Aaron, but that was kind of nice because I'd do anything to drive a Prius V.
You
And
would? Why?
yeah, and otherwise, I don't know.
You guys gave out your Auto Bytel awards.
Yes.
We did in Chicago. That was my muscles, my arms hurt from holding those crystal trophies
And shaking
to the
hands,
tank.
Michelle.
And smiling.
My cheeks hurt. Can I stop?
Yeah.
No?
And you know what? I've heard him speak many times to groups and been part of the audience. I still can't understand a word that Harman Sullenbach says.
Who?
The
Can't
guy,
understand that name.
the guy from Ford, that's like the forward product guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yes, and he just kept talking to me, and I just kept
Yeah.
He was making a pass at you, Michelle.
no, I didn't know. And I got my wallet stolen.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
yeah.
no.
So
Was it
we
Wu-Tang
were all
Clan?
out dancing, and I was dancing up a storm with Moto Man and Miss Motormouth dancing away. And someone took my wallet in Chicago.
Bullshit. Well, if the Roundabout audience can help track that down, Michelle, we're going to put the word out.
I think Luann took it.
Yeah. Looking for an idea for a future
Yeah, for a column.
column. Yeah.
Well, Michelle, thank you for joining us. As always, a pleasure having you on.
Good to see you again, Michelle.
Nice to see you, Al.
Bye, Michelle.
She's lying through her
Nice to
teeth.
see you.
Aren't we all?
I never get to see Chris in person.
Well, he never gets invited anywhere.
That's
Yeah.
right. Nobody likes me. They won't even vote
There's
for
a
me.
reason for that, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's called talent or lack thereof.
That's not true.
I bathe. No, sorry.
All right. Well, good show, guys. And Ben, we got to thank Ben for doing all
Oh,
the technical
geez,
I
stuff
got
Absolutely.
tears in my eyes. That's, God.
You know how you
God.
can thank me?
by downloading.
Amazon.com. But first you have to click on our banner. And as Eric says,
Buy stuff now.
Sound advice.
now being after you click on the banner.
Mm-hmm.
Buy stuff then.
After you click.
Right.
All right, fair enough. Remember, you can watch Roundabout live every Friday evening starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:30 on the West Coast. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Autoline family of fine programs, including Autoline This Week, Autoline After Hours, and, of course, Autoline Daily. If you want to get involved with your Roundabout friends, please do. We are on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Roundabout Show. We're also on Facebook, and it's as simple as going to facebook.com/Roundabout Show. And you, just like one doesn't like apple pie, can get involved. He's been posting up a storm on that Facebook page.
It's been kind of nuts.
We tip my hat to him.
One doesn't like apple pie, but he sure is nuts.
He sure loves that RoundAbout.
He
Yes.
certainly does. If you never want to miss an action-packed episode, and frankly, who doesn't, you can subscribe to Roundabout. You can do it through the Zune Marketplace or even, of course, iTunes. And if you're doing that, we ask you to please give us a rate-a-roo. Give us a rating. They've got the little 5-star bar. So tell us what you think. Be honest.
Not too honest,
Well,
but I
yeah.
mean honest-ish.
That'd be fine.
Honest like.
Just do it.
Write a
like
good
the
review,
Nike
is what we're
slogan,
saying.
you know. Just
I was just noticing this room is in 2 different time zones. There's 2 clocks here, and they're different time zones.
uh-oh. Before
Sorry,
there's
I-
a rip in the space-time continuum. Thanks to all
Al
of
is
you
in the
out-
Twilight Zone.
Yes,
so
he's in the...
that makes 3.
Yes.
Sitting in my own private hell.
And with that, thanks to all of you out there listening. Please join us again next week as we circle the roundabout, and we'll talk to you then.
Duh.
Good show.
God damn, another great show. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Hey, you stupid bastards.
Touch me by my
Bastards.
sides, do you?
And of course, I was incorrect. One doesn't like apple pie. Really does not like nuts.
He doesn't like deep fat fried foods.
Who
And
is
frankly,
this?
anybody,
Somebody writes in or what?
one of our fans, that's his screen name.
He doesn't
One
like
of our
apple pie?
He does not like apple pie.
The hell
He's
is
a
that?
communist.
He's a homo. The hell's
Not
wrong
that
with
there's
people
anything
like
wrong
that?
with
No, certainly
Not
not.
that there's anything wrong with that.
Yes.
He effing hates nuts. All right, we got to thank our
He just
chatters
hasn't
too.
had cheese on it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, when
Make
you're
all
doing-
the
I
I
difference.
thought we were off the air.
We're still
Oh,
on
no.
the air. He
I'm sorry.
Good job, Al.
I'm sorry. I was making Chris Sawyer was imitating my voice. All those negative things that were just said, Chris said them. Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Let's all be Al's. All right, we got to thank our chat room now.
Die.
What do we got in there?
Die.
What kind of assholes in there?
That was my favorite song in Sunday school. Die, Anu.
You didn't go to Sunday school.
Yes, I did.
You were
he did.
the
I went to Sunday school.
Semitic persuasion.
Well, Sunday school, it's the temple had Sunday school.
Oh,
Yeah, and
I thought it was on Saturdays.
Well, why would they call it Sunday school? It was on Saturday.
Don't know, Al. You guys are on a different calendar.
Well, we are on a different calendar, yeah. Well, hey, Ben, we're 4,700 years older than this guy. Yeah,
We're
yeah. Hell, we
We're
got underwear.
brethren.
We've got underwear that's 2,000 years old, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, goddamn right, yeah. Yeah, throw it against the pyramid, it'll stick.
Oh God. Well, before we sign off, we got to
We
thank
still
our
on the
chatter.
air?
Yes,
Jeez.
we are.
Why are you doing
Sure.
we do these things?
We got to thank one doesn't like apple pie, who also does not like nuts or deep fat fried foods. Is he human? I don't know.
Hard to tell.
He's a
He's in the
cardiologist's dream, though.
We appreciate him. _Dad showed up, Ben.
Hi, Dad.
My paw.
Pappy.
Pappy.
Pappy Slanders. He show is there. Then we got Ben, of course, large mentally disabled, joining us again.
Still can't say his real name on the
Big
air.
retard. Large mentally disabled, we do appreciate your patronage. Luke Cran Breaking was not the first in the chat room this time. That honor goes to One Doesn't Like Apple Pie. Pipped him at the post, apparently. Fry Guy 177. First timer, right, Ben?
I haven't seen him before.
Yeah,
My
I've
guy?
never seen this guy before, ever. I don't know.
No
He
idea
works
who
at a
he is.
Waffle House.
I suspect he's just, suppose he's,
Welcome aboard, Fry Guy.
cryptid,
You,
whatever.
you the man.
He is,
He
provided
man.
that's his gender.
That's
yes.
right. Yeah, he's, Fry
Even if it
Fry Guy.
You just-
Well, that's true.
You just woke Fry Guy up. He says, "What's going on?"
Hello.
Yeah.
All right, we got Miss Motormouth, of course, Michelle Naranjo. Motor City Greek joining us again.
Motor City who?
Greek.
That's what I thought you said.
Don't turn your back on him.
Motor City Greek.
We've got
Isn't that the guy that cried when he left his brothers behind?
That's right.
We've got Road Paste, who is
Road
another
Paste.
family member.
Hello.
You're in the family way, Ben.
Road paste.
Oh, that's my brother.
Hi, Twabbis.
Travers.
That's your brother, Ben?
It is.
Really? What's
His
his name?
twin.
His name's
Travis.
Travis.
You're twins?
No.
I was gonna say there's two. I didn't think there's two.
Hardly.
Yeah.
They're 10 years apart, but they're fraternal.
I think
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
from Al's.
It was a long birth
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
No,
They're
I
not
think
fraternal.
Travis
They're
is actually more from Al's tribe
identical.
than Ben is.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that,
true.
Michelle? What's that, Michelle?
Travis is more from Al's tribe than Ben is.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Somehow.
13th
Yeah.
tribe.
Well, now hey Michelle,
seriously.
you just go right along with your life and pay retail. We don't.
So does he drive one of those Feldman VX.11s?
He's quite a fan.
Oy.
Who's this? Your
It's a
brother?
fine
White
guy.
will win one day.
Brother. What does he drive, Ben?
He drives a Pontiac Vibe.
Woohoo!
Well worn.
It's
Pontiac
comfortable.
vibe. What, you
It's
spent
been
all
round
last
and
year's
round.
profits on this thing, or what?
We've also got Roundabout 579
Another creative name. Ugh.
and Scott in Cleveland on the lovely shores of Lake Erie.
Roundabout 5. So what is that? Is that
Hi,
in tunnels?
Scotty.
Scotty.
Scotty don't. Whoa, Ben's got a little
Whoa,
earthquake.
What are you trying to do? Make our viewers sick?
Earthquakelands going on here.
Oh, they were sick long ago, Al.
Oh,
They heard your voice, Al. They were sick.
well, there's a cure for that. It's called penicillin.
And I think we have a show, Ben.
I believe we do.
Good hustle, team.
But-
Thank you, chat room. But we
what
need
we
a title.
Don't, I was gonna say what we don't have is a show title. So
The Bristol Crimper. Oh no,
yeah,
we already did that
did
one.
that
Damn.
one. Darn.
How about a careless driver is a smashing success?
It's quite clever.
Thank you.
Did you think of that? Who'd you steal
No,
it from?
the Florida Department
Oh,
of
that's
Highways,
right, you
1962. Yeah.
Told me. What else?
Hand job. We still on the air, by the way?
Yeah,
God
still on
damn
the
it.
air.
Let me know when we're off the air, then I'll start talking.
Okay.
Please.
Jesus, you're making me look so bad in front of my grandchildren.
Don't worry, they're quite familiar with it.
They're all. They
get that
know
from their
all.
mother.
There goes Grandpa again.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
always spinning pasties, but that would be a really awful sort of vision.
Yeah. Ooh.
Pretty much.
Show title, guys. We need a show title.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got to see that twirling before that's ready for the public, Michelle.
Why just throw them up in the air?
Road
Say
Pace says,
again?
"Oh no, my virgin ears."
Say again?
I just throw them up in the air.
What?
Her pasties.
Pasties.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had them
I was
distracted.
yes, I was way beyond that.
Yeah, he was thinking pasties.
God,
so
how old are you? How old are you, and do they find water?
What? Jesus, Al.
Do you know about divining rods?
Oh goodness.
Title. Oh,
Title.
how about something-
Title.
Yeah. Title. I made it out of crap.
Crap.
Yeah, crap.
Road Paste is suggesting something using Hearse.
Hearse.
It's the Hearse
William
hour.
Randolph Hearse.
Now, the Dead Sea.
How about
Let's see.
it's a Hearse?
Stripperella and the Pasties. For the large mentally disabled.
No, he's onto something with a hearse. Let me consult with my brain.
How about it hurts when I pee?
Yeah. Oh, in honor of Mr. Sawyer. Yeah.
I
Excellent.
pees.
Yeah, the hearse when I pee. Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's quite clever. That is.
That's very clever.
It will really hearse when they take the damn tube out.
Oh.
I'm going to sanitize it a little bit and say it hurts when I go.
Yeah, it only
There you
hurts for a
go.
little while.
And you get a picture of one of those little cherubs that pees in the Italian fountain.
Oh,
Oh, the Belgium and
pee boy.
Brussels.
Little pee boy. That's what Steve Dahl used to call he had a pee boy in his yard. Yeah.
Okay, I think they're voting for that one.
What's that?
Your dad approved,
It,
Ben.
it hurts when I go.
Oh, that's very good.
Colonel
All right.
Senior approves.
Hurts
We're
when-
good to go. Thank you, chat
now
room.
officially.
Are we
have a
off
show.
the air now?
Not
No, Al.
They'll
I've got-
point at you when we
I've
are.
got pent up bad
damn it.
words. Like I got vapor lock in my